winter of 1940, a new kind of war began in London. The targets were civilians on the streets of their home city. Every night brought the fear of the sudden, random attacks. Every morning, it was the bodies of ordinary people that rescue workers pulled from the wreckage of 500-pound bombs. It was the night Hitler intended, with a single Luftwaffe attack, to bring the people of London to surrender and raise the landmarks of the city to the ground.
They thought they could actually bomb us into submission to tell us this is what we can do.
It wasn't one airplane, there was dozens of them, bombing everywhere.
And it was frightening to see them coming down, because you knew that the city all around us was all on fire.
It was an air attack so ferocious it started the second great fire of London, spreading an inferno that threatened to destroy the city and all it stood for in a single night.
It was just so devastating. You realize that this is an unbelievable moment in history.
My feeling was one of anger. This is my city. How dare they?
In the wreckage of the earlier bomb on the Felden family shelter, the frantic search for survivors was still underway. Only 16-year-old Winnie had been pulled out alive so far. Then 3 hours after the bomb hit the shelter, the body of 8-year-old Cyril was pulled from the wreckage. At his army base in Kent, Sid Felden still had no idea of the tragedy unfolding in London, nor of the fact that his mother, his father, and his other sister were still missing.
I never thought I was going to lose my family. I was quite happy at home before the war started. I used to go over to the old Common Garden market with a barrow, pick up the old firewood out of Common Garden, bring it home, chop it up and sell it, penny a bundle. We was happy them days, we didn't want a war. Unfortunately it happened.
The death toll in every hospital was mounting, but the figures were closely guarded. Next morning, the papers would report only that several serious accidents had occurred in the night.
Things were concealed. I don't think people really had a comprehension of the overall numbers of the killed and the injured. It was just too bad.
The inferno was now so close to one hospital that when the power failed, they simply pulled down the blackout and worked by the light of the fire. As they did so, the all clear sounded. At 10 to midnight, after 5.5 hours, the bombers turned back to their bases and occupied France. In all, 136 German planes had flown over London, and they had done their work. In their wake, an inferno was burning. London was on the brink of a full-blown firestorm. That morning, Sid Felden left his army base to return home to his parents and young brother and sisters. He'd only heard sketchy reports of the attack.
I was sent home on leave from the army. I got on the train not thinking. I knew there'd been an air raid because when I was on the coast that night, we could hear bombs going over to London. And on my mind I thought, is anything gone wrong, you know? I wonder how my family is. I walked down the house turning. I went straight to the air raid shelter where my family was. And I just stood there and sort of froze, you know. Well, what's happened to my family or the people? I went to to our local police station, and then they told me what happened. They had a list of names of people who got killed in it. And it was my mother and father and my sister.
Of the 5 members of the Feldon family who went into the shelter, only 2 survived. Sid found his 16-year-old sister Winnie first, lying in a nearby hospital.
Winnie wanted to know what happened, where they were. I couldn't tell her, I couldn't break the news to her. And I'm sorry, but they got killed.
Oh, yeah, I miss them now. Yeah, I miss them a lot now. I could do with them. Now I'm on my own, I'm a widow. I could do with them now around me, but got no one there. No, they're not here, are they? Oh, yeah. Still, I'm not miserable about it. Oh, no. I do get upset with reading them. I get upset. Still, I mustn't be upset.
My brother, luckily, he got away. He got out without being hit. He was 8 years old. He never speak about it, what he went through. As he grew up, he was a very quiet lad. He lived on his own. He never had no friends or nothing, you know what I mean? He never said nothing about the war. Anyway. Gotta forget it now, mate. You've got to live with it. You've got to get over it, ain't you? You can't keep it in your mind all the time. You can't keep bringing it up, can you? And it makes you worse. It's a thing you never think it's going to happen to you, that's why.
There was anger. There was also frustration. And so people did what people do in the face of a great disaster. They had to set about coping with getting their lives back to what could be termed normal. When people went back to work, it was going back to see their livelihood gone, their colleagues missing.